Dr. Eliza Hartwell peered through the lens of her telescope, her breath catching in her throat as she witnessed an anomaly in the night sky. A silvery, disc-shaped object hovered silently above the desert landscape of New Mexico, defying all known laws of aerodynamics. She blinked, her hands trembling as she adjusted the focus. This was no meteorite, no weather balloon, and certainly not a conventional aircraft. As the head astronomer at the Arecibo Observatory, she had spent years scanning the heavens for signs of extraterrestrial life. Now, on this crisp autumn night in 2024, it seemed that her lifelong pursuit had finally borne fruit. "Jack! Get over here, now!" She called out to her research assistant, her voice a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Jack Sanders, a lanky graduate student with a mop of unruly brown hair, scrambled over, nearly tripping over a coil of cables. "What is it, Dr. Hartwell?" he asked, his eyes widening as he looked through the eyepiece. "Holy! Is that what I think it is?" Eliza nodded, her face illuminated by the glow of computer monitors. "We've got to document this. Start recording. Check the radar, the spectrometer, everything. If this is real, we're making history tonight." As Jack fumbled with the equipment, Eliza's mind raced. She had always believed in the possibility of alien life, but the reality of it hovering just kilometers away was overwhelming. The object made no sound, emitted no exhaust, and moved in ways that defied human technology. It was as if it were teasing them, performing aerial acrobatics that would shatter any earthly pilot. For the next hour, they tracked the UFO's movements, capturing high-resolution images and spectral data. The object seemed to be scanning the landscape, its purpose inscrutable. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, it shot straight up into the night sky, disappearing in a blink. "Did you get all that?" Eliza asked, her voice shaky. Jack nodded, his face pale. "Every second." "But Dr. Hartwell, who's going to believe us?" Eliza's jaw set with determination. "Everyone. We have the data, Jack. Irrefutable evidence. The world needs to know." Little did they realize that their discovery was about to set in motion a chain of events that would change the course of human history. 2 days later, Eliza found herself in a sterile conference room in Washington, D.C., surrounded by a panel of skeptical government officials. She had gone public with her findings, and the response had been a whirlwind of media frenzy, scientific debate, and now, governmental scrutiny. "Dr. Hartwell," began a stern-faced man in a crisp military uniform, "you understand the gravity of your claims, don't you? You're suggesting that we've been visited by extraterrestrial life." Eliza met his gaze unflinchingly. "I'm not suggesting, General Hawkins. I'm stating a fact. The data doesn't lie." She gestured to the holographic display behind her, showcasing the images and graphs that proved the UFO's otherworldly capabilities. The object's acceleration, its ability to change direction instantly without experiencing forces that would liquefy any biological pilot, this is beyond our current understanding of physics. A murmur rippled through the room. Another official, a woman with sharp features and sharper eyes, leaned forward. "And you're certain this isn't some advanced, classified military project? Something from China or Russia, perhaps?" Jack, sitting beside Eliza, shook his head. "We've analyzed the energy signatures. It's not like anything we've seen before. No known propulsion system, no detectable emissions. It's alien. There's no other word for it." The room fell silent. The implications were staggering. If word got out that Earth had been visited, was being visited, by an advanced alien civilization, the societal impact would be unprecedented. Panic, religious upheaval, economic chaos, all were possible outcomes. General Hawkins sighed heavily. "Dr. Hartwell, I'm going to be blunt. We can't let this information go public. Not yet. The potential for panic is too great." Eliza bristled. "With all due respect, General, it's already public. I've shared our findings with colleagues worldwide. You can't suppress this." We can try, the general retorted grimly. For the sake of national security, I'm ordering you and Mr. Sanders to cease all communication about this event. You'll be escorted to a secure facility where you can continue your research under our supervision. Eliza felt a chill run down her spine. This was the moment she had dreamed of her entire career, the validation of her belief in cosmic companionship. And now, it was being snatched away, buried under the guise of national security. But as she looked at Jack's fearful face, she knew they had no choice. For now, they would play by the government's rules. Months passed in the underground facility, a labyrinth of laboratories buried beneath the New Mexican desert. Eliza and Jack worked tirelessly, analyzing their data, searching for patterns, trying to decipher the purpose behind the alien visitation. Other sightings trickled in from around the globe, a farmer in Australia, a fishing boat off the coast of Japan, a mountaineer in the Andes. The visitors were watching, studying, but never making contact. One evening, as Eliza pored over spectral data, Jack burst into her lab. "I've cracked it!" he exclaimed, waving a tablet. "The signal patterns from the UFO, they're not random. It's a language, Eliza. A mathematical language." Eliza snatched the tablet, her eyes darting across the screen. Jack was right. Hidden within the energy fluctuations of the UFO was a complex series of prime numbers, geometric sequences, and mathematical constants. It was a universal language, one that any sufficiently advanced civilization would understand. "They're trying to communicate," she breathed. "But why like this? Why not just land and say hello?" Jack shrugged. "Maybe they're cautious. Or maybe their concept of communication is just different." Over the next weeks, they worked feverishly to decode more of the alien messages. Fragments of meaning emerged: curiosity, observation, a desire to understand. But there was something else, a sense of urgency that Eliza couldn't quite grasp. Their breakthrough came on a rainy Tuesday. Eliza had been running simulations when the computer chimed, displaying a decoded message that made her blood run cold. "Danger approaching. Cosmic event. Prepare." General Hawkins arrived within hours, his face ashen. "We've confirmed your findings with other agencies," he said without preamble. "Astronomical observatories worldwide are picking up anomalies. A rogue black hole, on a collision course with our solar system." Eliza felt the weight of the revelation. "How long do we have?" "5 years, maybe less," Hawkins replied. "The gravitational effects are already being felt. Increased tectonic activity, disruptions in planetary orbits. We're looking at an extinction-level event, Doctor." Jack slumped into a chair. "That's why they're here. The aliens. They're not invaders, they're, what? Cosmic early warning systems?" Eliza nodded slowly. "They're giving us a chance. A chance to survive." She turned to Hawkins. "We need to go public now. Not just about the UFOs, but about the threat. Humanity needs to unite, to pool our resources, our best minds. We need to find a way off this planet." Hawkins looked old, beaten. "I've been authorized to release the information. God help us all." The next years were a blur of frantic activity. The revelation of both alien life and impending cosmic doom sent shockwaves through human civilization. Initial panic gave way to a sense of shared purpose unseen in history. Old rivalries were set aside as nations pooled their resources. The great minds of physics, engineering, and astronomy worked around the clock, racing against time. Eliza and Jack were at the forefront, their understanding of the alien language proving invaluable. More messages came, fragments of advanced scientific concepts that accelerated human understanding by centuries. Blueprints for gravity manipulation, for engines that could approach light speed, for sustainable ecosystems that could survive the void of space. Construction began on massive arcs, city ships designed to carry the seeds of human civilization to distant stars. Every continent hosted a construction site, every able-bodied person contributed. It was an exodus of biblical proportions, driven by science and the will to survive. The aliens, for their part, kept their distance. More UFOs were spotted, always observing, occasionally transmitting data. Attempts to communicate more directly, radio messages, light signals, went unanswered. It seemed their role was to guide, not to intervene directly. In the dying sunlight. Similar scenes were playing out across the globe, in the Gobi Desert, the Australian outback, the Amazon basin, and more. Jack joined her, older now, his eyes carrying the weight of their mission. "Hard to believe we're really doing this," he said softly. "Leaving Earth behind." Eliza nodded. In her hand, she clutched a data crystal containing the sum of human knowledge, art, literature, history, science. A record of a world soon to be lost. "We're not leaving it behind, Jack. We're taking it with us. Earth will live on in us, in every child born among the stars." A commotion drew their attention skyward. There, hovering silently above the Ark, was a fleet of UFOs. Dozens of them, their silver hulls reflecting the sunset in a dazzling display. A final message blinked across Eliza's tablet. "Journey well, young ones. Universe awaits." Tears streamed down Eliza's face. After all this time, it felt like a benediction, a cosmic torch being passed. She keyed her comm link, her voice reaching every arc around the world. "This is Dr. Eliza Hartwell. 5 years ago, we discovered we were not alone in the universe. Today, we take our place among the stars. We carry with us the legacy of Earth, the hopes of our ancestors, and the future of our children. And we go with the blessing of those who showed us the way. Godspeed, humanity. Our greatest journey begins now." As the arcs lifted off, their advanced engines humming with power granted by alien wisdom, the UFOs formed an honor guard. They escorted the human fleet to the edge of the solar system, a silent salute to a species taking its first real steps into the cosmic ocean. Eliza watched from the bridge as the alien ships peeled away, their mission complete. Ahead lay the uncharted depths of space, new worlds to discover, new challenges to overcome. Behind, the rogue black hole loomed, Earth's final hours ticking away. But Earth's children were safe, and the silent watchers had ensured that the light of human consciousness would not be extinguished. In the vastness of space, a new chapter of human history was about to be written, guided by the stars and the enigmatic beings who sailed them. As Ark Alpha accelerated toward its distant destination, Eliza thought of those first UFO sightings, of the wonder and fear they had inspired. Now she understood. They had never come to conquer or to study. They had come to shepherd, to ensure that the great tapestry of cosmic life would gain another thread. In the quiet hum of the ship, as distant stars beckoned, Dr. Eliza Hartwell smiled. The universe, she realized, was not cold and empty. It was alive with watchers, guardians, fellow travelers on an endless journey. And now, thanks to their silent guidance, humanity would journey on, a newfound member of the galactic community, forever changed by the night a UFO had hovered over the New Mexican desert.